Mac and cheese is simple, comforting, and so easy to make. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a mac and cheese that's creamy, cheesy, and packed with flavor. Let's get into it. We're going to begin by cooking our pasta. This is where most people go wrong. You gotta salt your water really well. I like to add about 2 tablespoons of kosher salt to every 4 cups of water. Then we're going to add in our pasta. Here I'm using cavatappi because its ridges and corkscrew shape will help hold onto the cheese sauce we're going to make. Even so, classic elbow macaroni or pasta shells will work too. Always make sure to stir your pasta as soon as you drop it into the boiling water. This prevents it from sticking as it cooks. People swear by adding olive oil to your pasta water to prevent it from sticking, but this is a myth, as olive oil floats on the surface of the water and doesn't actually coat the pasta as it cooks. We're going to undercook our pasta by about a minute from what the package says. It'll finish cooking in our cheese sauce, and this way it'll be nice and firm instead of mushy. Once the pasta is cooked and drained, we're going to mix in a tablespoon of butter to prevent it from sticking while we make our cheese sauce. Now let's talk about the type of cheese we're going to use. I'm using a blend of sharp cheddar for that classic bite, some gouda for some creaminess, mozzarella for that stretchy cheese pull, and a little bit of parm for some extra savory cheese flavor. Half of our mozzarella will go into the sauce, while the other half is going to be layered in later on. Also, you want to make sure to grate your own cheese. I know pre-shredded cheese is easy, but it's coated in anti-caking agents like cornstarch, which will mess up the consistency of our sauce. Once all our cheese is grated, we're going to move on to building our cheese sauce. Add a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter to a saucepan and let it melt down. Then we're going to whisk in a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and keep our heat on medium. We're going to cook down our roux for about 2 to 3 minutes to get rid of that raw flour taste. Now we're going to slowly add 4 cups of warm milk while whisking the whole time to prevent lumps from forming. This is known as a Béchamel sauce, and once it starts to gently boil, we're going to take it off the heat. To our bechamel, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of mustard powder, a teaspoon each of onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of kosher salt. We're going to give that a good whisk to make sure all our seasonings are well incorporated. We're not going to dump our cheese into our hot saucepan. Instead, we're going to pour the hot bechamel over the shredded cheese to gently melt it in. This keeps the cheese from separating and becoming grainy. After folding in our bechamel with the cheese blend, you'll be left with a smooth and creamy cheese sauce. Now we're going to pour the cheese sauce over our pasta and mix it until every piece is well coated. If you'd like, you could stop right here and serve it as is, but I like to take it a step further and bake it to get a nice crispy golden brown top. To do that, we're going to add a 1/2 of our mac and cheese into a 9x9 baking dish. Then we're going to add a layer of mozzarella. We're going to top that with the rest of our mac and cheese, and then you guessed it, we're going to finish it with the rest of our mozzarella. We're going to broil our mac and cheese instead of baking it. If you bake at 350, the cheese can separate and turn greasy. We want the top to be golden brown while the sauce stays creamy, so use your broiler to brown the top without overcooking the mac and cheese. If your oven doesn't have a broiler, you can bake the mac and cheese at 325 degrees for about 15 minutes, or until the mozzarella on top has melted and become slightly browned. Right out of the oven, that cheese sauce is like molten lava, so give it a minute or 2 before serving so you don't burn your mouth off. Let's take a scoop so we can see what we're working with here. That little cheese pull is already telling me everything I need to know. And that's how you make a quality plate of mac and cheese. Get in here and check out how cheesy it is. It came out so creamy, cheesy, and just straight up delicious. If you give this recipe a shot, let me know how it came out in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more recipes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.